Guidelines for SSB Preparation 1. The broad conduct of SSB procedure is as under. Day test tasks. Duration. Remarks 1. Stage E-screening test. Intelligence test. Picture 60U75. Result announced by 1:30 p.m. 4 to 5 p.m. Picture perception and discussion test 25 to 30 minutes. Stage 2. For those passed in stage Y2, psychological test, thematic apperception test, TAT, word association test, WAT, situation reaction test, SRT, self-description, SD, interview 40 to 45 minutes. Can be planned on Day 2, 343, Group Task Officer Test, GTO, GTO1. Group Discussion, GD, 30 to 40 minutes. Indoor Tasks, Group Planning Executive, GPE, 20 minutes. Lecturette, 4 to 5 minutes. Progressive Group, Task, 40 to 45 minutes. Outdoor Tasks, Group Obstacle Race, 15 to 20 minutes. Half Group Task, 20 to 25 minutes. Foregroup Officer, Task Officer, GTO2, Individual Obstacle, IO 10 to 15 minutes. Outdoor Tasks, Command, Task, 30 minutes. Final Group, Task, 30 to 40 minutes. 5. Conference. Large number of candidates report for selection in SSB. All may not have the desirable qualities to be selected for armed forces, so there is no point to go through the Stage 2 tests. Hence, the need to filter out these candidates on the very first day so that they can return to their home stations without wasting time. Stage 1 Screening Test. This test has two distinct parts. A. Intelligence Test. This is a simple test of logic analytical aptitude, based on which an intelligence rating ranging from 1 to 5 is awarded to the candidates, which based on the number of total correct answers. It is but obvious that the candidate with a higher intelligence rating will benefit in the entire process of testing, including Stage 2. Picture Perception and Discussion Test. You will be shown a picture on the screen which you will be required to perceive correctly. Time was thereafter given what you perceived by way of number of characters, their age, their mood, etc., as also to write a story relating to the pictures. Your perception needs to be order to do well in this test. This was followed by individual storytelling and discussion test. Your power of expression, clarity of language, both grammatically and logical, confidence, participation, and ability to accept others' ideas were all important facets of this test. Your body language and attitude during the whole test is also of consequence. What you must do is to remain involved with the test throughout. Result of Stage 2. Passing of Stage A test is a combination of your intelligence rating, individual story content, method at narration, command over language and over performance in discussion and complete task. Once the results are announced, relevance of Stage 1 performance is no longer there, except your intelligence rating, which still affects your overall results during the Stage 2. Stage 2. The Stage 2 tests comprise of 3 different techniques, namely the psychological tests, group task, and personal interview. However, it is emphasized that in all the 3 techniques, the assessment is of your personality, which is based on specified 15 OLQs, officer-like qualities, like psychological tests. The psychological tests conducted in the morning hours of Day 2 of the SSB are one of the 3 crucial components of the selection process. These tests that take around 2 hours and 45 minutes to undertake aim to evaluate a candidate's mental suitability to be an officer by examining their personality traits, unconscious strengths, and potential weaknesses. It's important to remember that these tests are not about providing right answers, but about responding honestly and naturally. The psychological tests are conducted as a battery, meaning they comprise a set of different tests designed to assess various aspects of personality. The entire test battery responses are to be recorded on a 16 pages answer booklet, which will be provided to the candidates. Only blue-black pens are to be used. The following 4 tests form a part of the battery. Thematic Apperception Test, TAT. The TAT involves showing candidates 12 pictures, 11 of which are black and white, the last one being a blank slide. Each picture is displayed for 30 seconds, followed by 4 minutes to write a story based on the picture. Candidates are required to write each story in the half-page space made available against the correct serial number in about 100 words. Beauty of expression is of lesser significance here than the free articulation of thoughts. Situation Reaction Test, SRT. The SRT assesses a candidate's problem-solving and decision-making abilities in real-world scenario. Candidates are given a booklet containing 60 different situations and have 30 minutes to write their responses. The candidate's ability to think on their feet and react appropriately and authenticity in various situations using their knowledge and experiences would help perform in this test. Self-Description Test, SDT. SDT involves candidates writing about themselves from the perspective of their near and dear ones and themselves. Honesty and depth of self-awareness would help candidates perform in this test. Note: Day 2 of the SSB is a mentally demanding day requiring candidates to be well rested and prepared to face a series of tests that will assess their psychological makeup and suitability for a career in the armed forces. By paying close attention to the instructions before commencement of each test, understanding the nature of each test, and focusing on the test at hand, candidates can approach the psychological evaluation with confidence and composure. GTO Test. Unlike the psychologist, the GTO is actually interacting with you throughout the test, and each and every action of yours is observed. It is a test of your body and coordination between your body and mind. Your physical and mental qualities get highlighted in these tests. Project your qualities to the GTO and do not remain a passenger. Come out with work sense, ideas, and ensure that others accept them. If they are logical and workable, they will be acceptable. While you expect others to accept your ideas, you should be willing to accept others' ideas as well. You need to remain confident and cheerful throughout the tests and learn to comprehend all instructions and ensure that no rules are violated. Your overall performance in all the GTO tasks brings out your personality. You need to be good in every aspect. Outstanding performance in some and poor in others is not acceptable. You need to introspect and find out shortcomings which you noticed in your performance. You ought to be physically fit to do well here. The primary role of a GTO is to evaluate the candidate's ability to work effectively as part of a team, their leadership potential, and their overall officer-like qualities. The GTO conducts a series of group tasks designed to test the candidate's psychological and team skills in various situations. GTO first. On this day, the candidates will be undergoing 3 indoor tasks and 3 outdoor tasks, 1 indoor task, 2 group discussion, 3 group planning exercise, 4 lecturette. Outdoor task, 1 progressive group task, 2 group obstacle race, 3 half-group task. GTO 2. On this day, the candidates will be undergoing completely outdoor task. They are individual obstacles, command task, and final group task. The following are the major assessment criteria upon which the candidates must prepare themselves to perform well in GTO tasks. AA leadership, the ability to take charge, motivate, and guide the group effectively. AB, Teamwork, the capacity to word collaboratively, communicate efficiently, and support fellow candidates. AC. Decision-making, the aptitude to make quick, effective, and well-reasoned decisions, considering the group's objectives and resources. AD. Problem-solving, the ability to analyze problems, devise practical solutions, and adapt to changing circumstances. AE. Communication, the skill to express ideas clearly, listen actively, and engage in constructive discussions within the group. AF. Behavior and confidence, the demonstration of positive behavior, self-confidence, and a composed demeanor in challenging situations. Interview. The interviewing officer discusses, by way of questions and answers, the opportunities you had in your life and the positive or otherwise benefit you have derived from them. It is a test of your heart. The interviewing officer is fairly senior and experienced in the armed forces. While he interacts with you, he discerns whether you have the qualities required to be an army officer. What you have done till date with regard to your academics, competitive exams, your achievements in extracurricular activities, your interests in life, sports you play, your feelings for your parents, friends, teachers, and society at large, your general knowledge and awareness, and your physical and mental fortitude are all important facets of his assessment. The interviewing officer understands and gives you more than adequate benefit for shortcomings or mistakes which you may have committed. Thus, do not try and hide anything. The tendency of lying or making false pretenses is negatively viewed and is easily discernible. Conference. The three assessors have individually carried out their assessment. However, there is no discussion as sharing of facts of assessment between them, nor any results of your performance is known to them or anybody else at the beginning of the conference. For the final result on the performance of a candidate, all the three assessors and all members of the board must interact, as also meet the candidate in person. Thus we have the final board conference. During this, the individual assessments are discussed, and a candidate's plus points and weak qualities are deliberated upon in detail. All aspects of a candidate are analyzed to see if he or she has the required qualities to be trained to become a good armed forces officer, whereas benefit of any doubt with an individual assessor is given to a candidate. During the conference, benefit of doubt adequately probed normally is given to the organization. Also, candidates with higher intelligence rating can get an additional credit as compared to those with lower intelligence rating. When the conference terminates, the results are finalized and communicated to the candidate. Suitable advice by one of the assessors is rendered to all non-recommended candidates.